two-step unit conversions. Sometimes converting units requires two steps. And that's because there's not a direct link, at least from the relationships that we have, between two units. So let's start with an example here. We want to convert 7.8 meters into millimeters. So that's a metric to metric conversion. So let's go take a look at the metric column. None of those three equations relates meters and millimeters directly. What we have is a relationship between centimeters and millimeters, and then meters and centimeters, but nothing that's directly meters to millimeters. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do this conversion in two steps. We're going to have to take our meter unit and first turn it into centimeters. That's step one. And then we're going to have to turn that into millimeters. That's step two. So let's go ahead and get this started. We're starting with 7.8 meters. That's the units that we have, and we're going to multiply that by a fraction. And we're doing step one, so that's going from meters into centimeters. So the units I have on the top, units I have on the bottom, units I want on top. So meters on the bottom, there's 1 meter for every 100 centimeters. So 7.8 times 100 is 780 centimeters. Again, just checking our fraction that our meters canceled. They did, so that's good. Everything should be working out. So now we've got our measurement in centimeters, but centimeters are not the units we want. The units we want are millimeters in the end. So now we're going to do another conversion with 780 centimeters times a second fraction that gets us from centimeters and into millimeters. And going back to the table, we see that there's 10 millimeters for every 1 centimeter. So we have 780 times 10. That's 7,800 millimeters. And so we're using the exact same math and strategies that we used before, only instead we had to do this conversion in two steps because there wasn't a direct link between the two units. We'll do one more going from inches into meters. So to start with, we don't have a relationship between inches and meters in this imperial to metric combo. What do we have? Well, the only one that has inches in it is inches and centimeters. So we'll probably have to use that one. So we can get our inches into centimeters, inches to centimeters. But our next step is going to have to be going from centimeters into meters. Can we do that one? Yeah, we can. So good. So we can go from inches into centimeters and then centimeters into meters. So 57.5 inches times, then we have inches on the bottom, centimeters on top. That's step one there. And there's 2.54 centimeters for every 1 inch. So 57.5 times 2.54. That's 146.05 centimeters. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that in centimeters and I'm going to turn that into meters. So I have 146.05 centimeters and I'm going from centimeters into meters. There's 100 centimeters for every 1 meter. So this time I'm going to use division to go 146 divided by 100. That's 1.4605 meters. And we're not told how much to round to, so we could either leave it just like that, or we could round to, say, 2 decimal places. But since we're not told, let's just leave it with what it is, and that's our answer.